There are places in this world that do not belong to maps. Places adrift between reality and something older, something patient. Sailors whisper about one of them. An island that appears without warning. An island that should not exist. Its name is Abesti. And if you ever see it rising from the sea, it's already too late. It began with a recording. Samir Haddad was not the kind of man who believed in myths. He was a filmmaker, a hunter of forgotten truths, abandoned towns, unexplained disappearances, maritime mysteries. But this one was different. While searching through archived naval transmissions from the 1970s, he found a corrupted distress signal logged by 3 separate cargo ships within the same week. The message was identical each time. Distorted. Panicked. Repeating. This is the Horizon Star. Mayday, Abesti is not an island. It's a mouth. It's a mouth static swallowed the rest. No coordinates were ever recorded. No wreckage was found, and stranger still, weather reports from those days showed calm seas, no storms, no reason for 3 ships to vanish. Samir became obsessed. Finding the location took months of piecing together scattered reports of compass malfunctions and radar blackouts. Every trail led to the same remote section of Northern Ocean, but no one wanted to go there, except one man. Qasim al-Arawi, a sailor in his late 70s. Quiet, weathered. His eyes carried the kind of silence that only comes from surviving, something unspeakable. When Samir mentioned the name Abesti, Qasim went pale. He didn't ask how Samir knew it. He simply sighed. If the sea becomes quiet, we turn back. For 2 days, nothing happened, just endless gray water. On the 3rd night, the moon vanished behind thick clouds. The wind stopped, not slowly. Instantly. The ocean flattened. No waves, no sound. Even the boat's engine seemed to struggle, as if pushing through something thicker than water. Then the compass began spinning wildly. The GPS shut down. Lights flickered. Qasim whispered something under his breath, and ahead of them, the ocean rose. Not in a wave, but in shape. A dark mass, pushing upward from beneath the surface. Water cascaded down its sides as it revealed itself. An island. Where moments ago, there had been nothing. They drifted closer against Qasim's protests. The fog surrounding the island pulsed slowly, like breathing. Through the camera lens, Samir zoomed in on the shoreline. What he thought were rocks were not rocks. They were bones. Animal bones. Human bones. Fragments worn smooth by water, yet unmistakable. Qasim grabbed Samir's arm. We leave. But Samir was already lowering the anchor. The sand was black. Volcanic, he thought. Until he stepped onto it. It was warm. Too warm. And beneath his boots, a vibration, a rhythm, like a heartbeat. He laughed nervously, convincing himself it was geothermal activity. Behind him, Qasim refused to step off the boat. I've been here before, the old sailor said. And that was when Samir realized Qasim hadn't come to explore. He had come back. The trees were wrong. They twisted upward like ribs curving around an invisible center. The bark was carved with shapes that resembled faces, mouths open in silent screams. As Samir walked deeper, the whispers began, soft and fierce, like wind brushing past leaves, then clearer. Leah, hundreds of voices overlapping. Samir! He froze. He had not told Qasim his full name. The voices continued, not threatening, welcoming. In the center of the island stood a wooden cabin, rotting but upright, as if maintained by something unseen. Inside, mirrors. Mirrors. Every wall covered in them. Old. Tarnished. Cracked. Samir approached the first mirror. He saw himself lying dead on the beach. The second mirror showed the ocean swallowing the island whole. In the third, he saw Kasim decades younger, running, screaming, as the ground split open. Then he reached the final mirror and felt his breath stop. The reflection did not show him. It showed the island from above, but it wasn't shaped like land. It resembled a massive organic form, a circular shape, with ridges spiraling inward, like teeth, and at the very center, an eye. Opening. The ground shook violently. Outside, trees bent inward. Not from wind, from movement. The island was folding. The shoreline curved unnaturally. Water rushed upward as if drawn by suction. Samir ran from the cabin. The boat was gone. The sea now formed a perfect ring around the island. Kasim stood near the edge, staring into the dark water. "I survived once," he whispered. From beneath the island came a sound. Low, ancient, hungry. The earth split open before them, revealing a vast abyss glowing faintly red. Hot air blasted upward, carrying the stench of decay. And then the voices merged into one. "You have walked into the mouth." The forest collapsed inward, like closing jaws. Kasim stepped backward and let himself fall into the abyss, as if he had been waiting for this moment. Samir screamed. The ground beneath him soft, liquefying, pulling him downward. The last thing he saw was the massive eye beneath translucent layers of earth. Blinking. A week later, fishing vessels reported strange floating debris. Among it, a waterproof camera. The footage was recovered. The final minutes show chaos. Trees bending inward. The sky spinning. Samir's breathing frantic. Then the camera drops, rolling sideways. It captures a glimpse of the earth splitting open, and deep below, a colossal eye, closing slowly. Before the screen goes black, Samir's whisper is heard. "Don't search for Abesti." A pause. It surfaces when it's hungry. Maritime records still deny the island's existence, but every few decades, ships disappear in calm waters. Compasses spin. Radios distort, and sailors report something rising where no land should be. An island that breathes. An island that listens. An island that feeds. So, if you are ever sailing and the ocean suddenly becomes silent, if the wind dies, if the moon disappears, do not look for land. Because if you see Abesti, you are no longer standing on an island. You are standing on a tongue, and something ancient is deciding whether to swallow